What are the 3 things that really annoy women and turn them off? Let's get right into it. So why is it important for you to know the 3 things that annoy women and turn them off? Once you understand and you know these 3 things, now you can actually stop doing them and see the difference in the changes in your relationship or your interaction with a woman. So the first thing that really turns a woman off and really annoys her is you complaining too much. I don't even say too much. I'm gonna just say complaining in general. When you're complaining to a woman and she hears you, you complain about this, you complain about that. In her mind, that's you saying that you have no control over whatever you're complaining about. That's you saying that you're worrying about it. You're complaining. You don't know what you're going to do about the situation, regardless of whatever it is. And some women see that as you being a whiny little bitch. That's how they see you. Some women may not be as harsh, and there's other women that are really harsh. And that's how they look at a man that is complaining. And as a man, you have to be a leader. You have to be able to know how you're going to handle a situation and have the solution about it, regardless of what it is. Keep that in mind. So that's the first thing. Stop complaining. Regardless of whatever it is, instead of complaining, think about the solution. Or if there's no solution and it's something that you have to do, or regardless of whatever it is, just don't complain to her. Complain to yourself, complain in your head, go to your car, go to the office, complain to yourself, but stop complaining. Stop complaining. That's huge. The second thing that women don't like, that turns them off and that really annoys them, is you being needy. You know what I'm talking about. You have to be by her 24/7. You're always asking and begging for sex. You're always trying to spend time with her. You're always blowing up her phone with text messages. You're just doing all these things that are smothering her. And when you smother her like that, she doesn't have room to breathe. She doesn't have room to think. She doesn't have room to actually miss you or process things that go on between you two, because you're always there. You're always trying to be right beside her, or right there 24/7. And you don't have your own space, and you don't do your own thing, and you don't have your own life. And when you're needy like that, some women think about the future. If things do not work out between you and her, in her mind, she's thinking, if this guy is so needy now, if we go our separate ways, is he going to be creepy? Is he going to be blowing up my phone? Do I have to change my number? Is he going to show up at my job? Is he going to show back up at my house? Those are some things that freak some women out, especially if you guys are on the verge of going your separate ways, or she's even had that thought. When you're needy, it's not a good look at all, because she has to take care of you now. So don't be needy. Do not be needy. Instead of being needy, you have to show her that you are fine without her. You can do well on your own. Have a second bedroom. Maybe have a man cave. Maybe have something in the garage. Have something out back. Do something and have something or somewhere in the house where you can have your own space and you can give her space as well. Instead of texting her 24/7 and being needy, text her every now and then. That's another thing you don't want to do, is just bombard her with text messages. You want to actually give her a little bit of space when it comes to that. And when you show that you are not needy and you have your own life, whether you're in a relationship or you're just dating, when you show her that you have your own life, it lets her know that she can trust you and she doesn't have to take care of you. You can take care of yourself and you're a leader. And that's a highly attractive thing for women, knowing that you're not needy and she doesn't have to take care of you. Now, the third thing that annoys women and is a complete turnoff is you controlling her. And that's you telling her what she needs to do. That's you trying to plan everything out for her. That's you doing everything and anything that ensures she does exactly what you say 24/7. That right there is a huge red flag for women, because if you're controlling, that can mean a lot of things. But the main thing is, it's like insecurity. That lets her know that there's a level of insecurity that you have. So you have to control every little thing. And when it comes to controlling another person, being your woman or your wife or girlfriend or whatever, that lets her know that you have low self-esteem, and it may get worse. It may get worse where it turns into aggression. But being controlling, I talked about this before, being controlling is fear, and that's fear with a mask. It's fear with a mask, because if you don't have a say and you don't know what's going on with her and you have to have everything right and you have to control everything, you really don't have any control. That's really an illusion. When you try to have control over her like that, some women look at it as, well, maybe he's never had a woman before and he thinks this is the best that he can get. He's never had a woman before and he's being controlling. Like, this guy, I don't know. Maybe I need to reconsider this. Maybe I need to reconsider this relationship. Or if you're dating, maybe I don't want to take it too serious with this guy. A lot of women thinking that because that's what you are displaying. And here's something that I've always done this. I've always thought about this when I dated a relationship. Now, you have your non-negotiables in a relationship. However, you have to let your woman do what she's going to do. And I don't mean there's no standards and boundaries. What I'm trying to say is you should be so confident and have a high level of self-esteem and be good with conversing and your charisma and everything about you as a man and a leader that she is going to do what she needs to do without you controlling her, telling her what to do. And what I mean by that and what it looks like is like, hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're a grown woman. I'm not going to tell you where you need to be, where you don't need to be. You know what's best for the relationship. You know what's best for us. And that's if you're in a serious relationship, or if you're getting into a serious relationship. Don't do anything that is going to jeopardize our relationship, because when you get into a relationship in the beginning, you have the expectations, the boundaries, the standards, the things that you expect out of your woman, and she's free to either agree to that, or she's free to just go somewhere else or be with somebody else. But if she agrees to your expectations, your standards, your boundaries, everything that you want in a woman in a relationship, if she agrees to that, then there's no reason for you to try to control everything, because you already set it up in the beginning. It's kind of like a qualification. So these are the qualifications that you have to meet in order to be with me. And if you meet those qualifications and you agree to them, then we're good. But if you don't meet those qualifications, then we're not good. And where you guys mess up is you get into a relationship with a woman and you don't have any standards. You don't have any type of qualification system when you first get into a relationship. And then when you get into a relationship and she starts doing things you don't like, you start trying to have control and tell her this and tell her that, when you should have told her that in the very beginning. And since you didn't tell her that in the very beginning, and now you're starting to tell her in her mind, hey, you didn't bring this up in the beginning. You're trying to control me, and I don't think this relationship is going to work out. So that's very important. If you're dating and you're single and you don't want to go down that road to where you're controlling, take heed to what I'm saying. Make sure you let her know beforehand what your standards and boundaries and what your expectations are in a relationship for her, and she can either agree to them or she doesn't agree to them. If she agrees with them, that's great. You guys get together, move forward. If not, you go your separate ways.